Olivia Tome was 23, a graphic design student who lived on cold pizza and late-night deadlines. One night her phone buzzed with an incoming call from an unknown number. When she answered, there was no voice, only the crackle of static followed by a whisper that twisted her stomach. At the exact same time, miles away, Dan Hurst, a 27-year-old IT technician, received the same call. He heard the same whisper. "It's coming through the wires." Neither knew the other existed, yet both woke the next morning to the same impossible sight. Their laptop screens flickering with a distorted face, pixelated and twitching, eyes too wide, mouth stretching too far. The message scrolled across their devices in jagged letters. "You've heard me, now you see me." Olivia panicked, slamming her laptop shut. But when she turned on her phone, the same face appeared in her camera app, mouthing silent words. Dan, on the other hand, tried to trace the call. The signal looped endlessly, jumping from one node to another faster than any human could follow. It wasn't just inside their devices, it was inside the network itself. Both received another call, this time with sound. A distorted child's voice, glitching as though struggling against bad reception, instructed, "Find the other, or be taken alone." The calls merged, and for the first time, Olivia and Dan spoke. Strangers bound by fear. They compared their experiences, realizing every detail matched. As they spoke, lights in both their homes flickered, bulbs buzzing, routers hissing like they were alive. Then the creature appeared fully, crawling from their screens, its body a mess of cords and jagged shards of glass, its eyes glowing like modem lights. It whispered in unison from both locations. "One by one, I'll come through." Dan, using his IT knowledge, proposed they stay on a call together. If the monster thrived on isolation, perhaps their connection could weaken it. Olivia agreed, though her hands shook. As long as their call stayed active, the entity paced along the wires, unable to separate them. They researched frantically, piecing together urban legends buried on obscure forums. Stories told of line feed, a digital parasite feeding on loneliness, dragging victims through their screens when no one else was watching. The posts always ended the same. "Never hang up." The monster grew bolder. It slammed itself against their devices, making screens shatter from the inside, sparks flying. Shadows crawled along Olivia's walls, while Dan's computer tower began to smoke. They realized that to destroy it, they'd have to overload the network, force it into one final surge. If they uploaded a continuous stream of corrupted data into the fiber lines, it might collapse the creature's form. But they had to do it together, in perfect sync. They began their attack. Olivia flooded her system with a looped file of corrupted visuals, while Dan hammered the network with an endless stream of recursive code. The monster shrieked from within the cables, its form pixelating, glitching violently between their homes. Their call connection wavered. The childlike voice returned, screaming, "Break the call! Break them apart!" But Olivia held her phone tighter. "Don't you dare hang up, Dan!" The walls around them both shook as though the houses themselves were collapsing. The entity's jagged arms stretched out of the wires, but they fizzled like smoke. With one final scream, their streams merged, overloading the system. The face distorted into 1,000 fragments, shattering like glass across their devices. Then, silence. Their screens went black. The light steadied. The phone call dropped, but by then, the line was dead. The monster was gone. Olivia and Dan sat in silence, thousands of miles apart, staring at the wreckage of their homes. When they finally managed to reconnect, both laughed nervously, relief breaking the tension. The forums they'd relied on had already disappeared, like the stories had never existed, but one truth remained. They had defeated something that lurked inside the very lifelines of modern life, and they had done it together, though they were strangers. Olivia opened her window, breathing in the cold night air. Dan unplugged his shattered router, tossing it aside. Neither knew if the creature was truly gone forever, but as long as their phones held each other's numbers, they knew they'd never be alone again. And maybe, just maybe, that was enough to keep the monster from returning. Thanks for watching. Is there anything you'd like to see in a short horror story? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe.